Hey, what's up, players? Calypso from Summoners War here, and today we're going to go through all of the first 5 or 6 monsters that you should be leveling. And I know the first 3 monster that everyone's going to get from their mystical or unknown scrolls, and that's because I'm psychic. The first monster you're probably going to get, Fire Hellhound. You can actually keep him. Awaken him quickly into Seek and keep him. He's good. His buffs are good. The only word of caution is that he's kind of squishy, but you can keep him. Second monster you're going to get, Wind Vagabond. And you should just feed him as soon as possible. He's not worth it. Just feed him ASAP. Yep. Feed him to the wolves. And we're actually going to go to the wolves in a little second. The wolves will do you proud. And then the third monster that you're going to get, and that's going to be Water Fairy. You know, I never really realized how scantily clad she is until just now. But yeah, that's going to be your third monster. You can keep her for a bit until you get your fourth monster. Then that's going to be a really good fourth monster, and that's going to be Water Magic Knight. You definitely want to keep her. In fact, I wouldn't even judge you if she ended up being your first 6-star monster. The reason is because she's really helpful with Necropolis. So far we have Fire Hellhound that we can get to 5 stars. Water Fairy that we're probably going to want to get to 5 stars. But just to keep our minds open, we'll think of a replacement for her for further down the line. And Water Magic Knight. And that's going to be your other monster that you're going to want to build up. The reason that I want to do first 5 or 6 monsters is because for a dungeon team in Cairos, you need 5 monsters. And for guild battles, you actually need 3 and 3 for each defense team. So that's how I'm doing the first 5 or 6 monsters. So far we have Fire Hellhound, Water Magic Knight. The other water monster that you're going to want to build is Water Howl. She's not great for end game, but she's really good mid game, especially Faimon. And the reason is because in Faimon, a lot of monsters have heal break or heal block. And they have heal block, but she removes these effects and then heals allies on top of that. That's why she's really good. If you don't want to build her and you find yourself a Water Garuda instead, he's also really good. He's actually great for even endgame. You can use him in Dragon's B10. I wouldn't recommend 6-starring him though, and that gives you a backup healer in addition to your fairy so that your team stays healed even when you're doing other dungeons. What's the 5th monster? The 5th monster is actually going to take a while for you to find, but he's farmable. Fire Inugami. You can get him from Faimon. Hell mode, normal mode, hard mode, any mode. But it's going to take a while for you to get him. I recommend building him so that you have a good attacker. So now you have a fire attacker, 2 water supports, fire support, and a water stunner. So now we have 5 monsters. 6th monster. We're going to want something related to wind, right? So here's where I want to suggest 2 options. You would probably want both. The first one, easy to farm, very easy to find, and that's Wind Pixie. Once you awaken her, she has a really good buff, and her AoE decelerate is also a really good debuff. So you're going to want to build her with Swift Runes, make her really speedy, and also give her a lot of HP so that she can survive. And then finally, the other option you have is Wind Griffon. He's also farmable. You can get him from Tamor Desert. So build one or both of those. And so now you have wind support, water healers, fire attackers, and buffers. With that team, you should be able to do pretty well. However, as you start to build out your monsters, after you've made your first 6-star, once you have a team of 5 six 5-star monsters, your priority should be to build your first 6-star. And I mentioned that Lapis is a good 6-star to build because of her helpfulness in Necro B10 or just Necropolis in general. But if you want another 6-star worthy monster that you can farm, then today just happens to be a light day and everyone is looking for Inugami SD. And the reason is because Light Inugami is another amazing monster that's farmable, especially because of his Mobilize. Fill the attack bar of all allies by 30% and recovers their HP by 30%. So, after you have your first 6 5-star monsters and you want to make one of them a 6-star, your first 6-star, you would do well to make Light Inugami your first 6-star, or Water Magic Knight. Again, this is assuming that by the time you're ready to make your first 6-star that you haven't found any other good monsters yet. It's highly unlikely, but this is just to show you where your focus should be on. Your first 5 or 6 monsters are going to make your core team. And that's going to be really important in you helping support your guild, you helping borrow your monsters. So again, just a quick recap. The first 5 or 6 monsters that are ideally farmable, you can choose from 5 of Seek is one, Fire Inugami is another, there's Lapis, and Lapis you definitely want to rune with Despair runes and Revenge runes. Fire Inugami, you want him Violent Blade. With Seek, you want him Swift and Blade. We also have, you don't have to build her, but if you do choose to build her, you can build her with Fatal runes. And then we have, Lulu or Konamiya. You can build both of them with Swift runes to make them super fast. You can also build Wind Warbear, Ramagod, but he's not a great team player, to be honest. That's why I didn't include him in this list. You can build Pixie. You can build Griffon. Both of them you want with Swift runes and Speed, HP. For Griffon, you also want accuracy subs, and same with Wind Pixie. And if you're feeling especially adventurous and you don't mind being a spammer, or you just happen to find a friend with Light Inugami Dungeon, then you can have him be your first 6-star. And he's an amazing monster to have. So, that is an overview of the first 6 monsters you should be building.